Hi guys, welcome back to another video for CP Bowling. And this is going to be the second part of this series that I'm doing to talk about PBF Open Tournaments. So in the first part of this series, we talked about the calendar. Yeah, so yung mga events from January this year to December this year. And I also talked about what are the three events that I am targeting of joining. We have the GMTBC Open, PBA Open, and the Sledba Open. If ever I end up joining other open tournaments, then good. But those are just the three tournaments I'm really targeting of joining. All right. Now the next question is: so you have your tournaments, diba? And you see they're scattered across the metro, and there are some events outside of the metro in Visayas, in Mindanao, and then also up north in Baguio. Um, how can you possibly join those tournaments? That's the next question, diba? So for today, our topic is going to be how to join a open tournament. Yan. So I went in and used the documents talaga. Basically the rules or the guidelines for the Henrich Open that just finished this year, and we're gonna be using that as basis for us to talk about the things you need to prepare and what to expect when you join these tournaments. All right, let's go. All right, so there are four things that we need to talk about when you want to join an open tournament. First is going to be your PBF average. What's PBF again? It's Philippine Bowling Federation. So there's a slide after this. Don't worry. Go. Please pause and yeah, I'll have a separate slide after this. I'll be talking about each of these items. Next is classification. Like, so you have your average. Which class can you join? Right? So you can't just go to a tournament and say, "Oh, I want to join that class and class." No, it depends on your average. Next is going to be the registration fee. So yeah, so every time you join a tournament, you have to pay to register we're going to be talking about how much you will be paying, and then last is the finals fee. So after you join, you try to qualify, and then if you do qualify or make the cut, then you're eligible to play in the finals. And does that mean it's already the championship? No. What that means is you play a series of games again, and you either end up as the top bowlers or end up in the step ladder, depends on the format of the tournament. Anyway, so these are the four things that you need to look out for whenever you join. Let's talk about the PBF average first. Okay, so the PBF average. So remember, guys, when I talked about what's the first thing that I think you should do, um, to further enhance or um, further improve in the sport is to join an association. Kasi before um, before anything else, that association is going to be key for you to get into these open tournaments. So number one, bowlers are classified according to their latest PBF listing average. So if you join, these are for bowlers that have already joined previous PBF tournaments. So let's say last year, diba? You joined some of the tournaments. Then I don't know why you will be watching this if you joined tournaments last year, but if you haven't, right, that's probably why you're here. But if you joined, like for myself, I joined the tournament, the PBA Open, and I think I average around close to 170. So that's gonna be my listing average coming into this year. Now, if, for example, diba, you haven't bowled in any PBF tournament yet, then you fall under number two. Bowlers without established averages shall submit an average certification from their respective association signed by the president or tournament director. So yan. So if like my advice at the start, if you don't have a um if you haven't played in any of the PBF tournaments last year, then you fall under this. You basically just need a certification from your association that this is your average, right? So, for example, you average 170 in league or 165 in the league games, and that's going to be your average coming into the tournament. Now, let's say you don't have any of the two. You don't have an association. You never played. Then you will fall under number three. Bowlers without averages shall be classified as Class O bowlers with an average of 196 for men and 186 for ladies. And you're gonna be like, wow, that's gonna be a high average. Uh, that's not gonna be good for your handicap. So, for example, you end up joining the classified class, which has an average of 185 and below, which we'll talk about later. And because your average is 196, because you're a class O bowler, then you won't have any handicap. So from there alone, it'll be hard for you to compete against other bowlers that have handicap. So there, it's a separate topic, but that's what will happen if you don't have an average from your association or from your previous tournaments in the PBF. Yeah, so that's the PBF average. Next, classification. So this is what I was talking about, right? So if you have a specific average, where do you fall under? So let's start with number six, going up. The sixth one is mixed rookie masters. By the way, guys, these are classifications of the Henrich Cup. Now, if you go into a tournament and see different class and say, hey, CP Bowling, that's not what CP Bowling said, guys. This is dependent on the tournament. And I'm just using the Henrich Cup classifications as an example. But usually, this is what you'll see. Most of these classifications are the same with the averages because it's all monitored by the PBF and standardized too, which is, diba? It's good that we have a federation that monitors and approves of these guidelines and rules. So first is the mixed rookie masters. When you say mixed, it's both for boys and girls, men and women, male and female, right? We want to be inclusive for everyone. So it's open to all bowlers with an average of 160 and below. And who has never been a champion in any sanctioned tournament. The key there is sanctioned. These are, which means it's PBF tournaments, because some associations have monthly tournaments that's not counted. So yeah, so you need to have an average of 160 and below, and you've never won in any of the PBF sanctioned tournaments. Right. So that's the class I played at the PBA Open last year. I don't know if I will still play under the rookie class in this year, so we'll see. Next, number five is the mixed classified senior masters, open to all bowlers that are 50 years old and above as of January 20. Again, this is based off the Henrich guidelines. So, kaya January 20 dyan. And I have an average of 180 and below. So, yun. So, the average should be 180 and below. And the next will be the mixed open senior masters, open to all 50 years old and above as of January 20. So the difference is there's no max average of 180 dun sa open senior masters. All right. You're going up at number three. We have ladies masters, and this is open to all female bowlers with an average of 185 and below. Yan. So, ladies is for the female bowlers, again, with an average of 185 and below. Number two, classified masters, open to male bowlers with an average of 185 and below. I think this is where I'll fall under if I do play this year. And then number one, the mixed open masters. And this is a difficult class, guys. This is open to all bowlers, regardless of average. So you play with the likes of the Paeng Nepomucenos of the world in the Philippines, the Philippine team members, the elite bowlers for each association join. under this class. So medyo mahirap yan. But that's our goal, right? That's our goal. Our goal is to eventually move up our classes up until you reach the open class. So this is your classification. Why is the classification open? We'll get to that in a bit. All right. So the next one that we're going to talk about is the registration fee. So when you intend to join, um, you will be paying a joining fee or registration fee. It depends on the tournament how much it is. But for the Henrich Cup and for the PBA Open, it was the same. I think 3-6 a PBA Open nun or 3-5. But let's say 3-8 na lang, di ba? To be on the safe side. 3-8. What that includes is two sets of qualifying. So what that means is you play one set is three games, and then they use two sets. They enter in two sets as part of qualifying, and the top bowlers on for specific classes get ranked, and there's a specific number of bowlers that need to meet the cut for the next round. Right, so the first round is qualifying. The second round will be the finals round, which is the main tournament talaga. Now, for example, your first set, you average 180, di ba? Three games, 180. And second set, you did a 210 average for your second set. Now, you're like, oh, I think I can do better on my first set. Then you go with the retry, which is 600 pesos per qualifying. So that's like one more set. So if you do three sets, they take the top two sets and use the total pinfalls for those six games, and you get ranked amongst those under the same class that you qualified for. Now, for example, you're like me that may not be playing on the rookie class or maybe playing in the rookie class, but I also feel that I can join the classified class. Then you can pay a double up fee, which is 300 pesos here, which just puts your score or your qualifying on two classes. So earlier, I could qualify for the rookie masters, and then I will also want to try to qualify for the classified. So pwede yun. So these are the fees when you join and when you qualify. Now, what happens if, for example, you make the cut and um, is that all you're gonna pay? No. So there is a finals fee. Now, let's say, for example, let's use the classified, which is what I intend to join. They select the top 20 out of the 50 that try to qualify. Dami. So there were 50 bowlers that tried to qualify for the classified class, but they only take the top 20. Now that top 20 will move on to the next round, but they have to pay a finals fee. So here are the different amounts. Her mixed rookie is 3,200, mixed classified senior 3,800, mixed open senior 3,800, mixed ladies 3,200 pesos, mixed classified 3,800, and then mixed open 4,000 pesos. Yan. I know there may be some amounts pa yata if you do step ladders, but at least for the finals fee, usually it's around 8 to 10 games depending on the tournament. Dami, no? So there. So that's the finals fee. I know I said I will just be talking about four things, but there's a last item here. What if you end up as the top bowler, right, for your class? Let's use the classifieds. So these are the possible winnings. It's just an idea. It could be more. Like for the Philippine Open, I think it's double this, to be honest. But just for the Henrich Cup, we'll use that as our example. If you do end up as the champion and you're in the mixed rookie class, diba? You won 160 and below average, you can go home with 20,000 pesos. Now, if you join the mixed classified, right, the 185 and below average, and you end up as champion, then you can go home with 50,000 pesos. Now, if you're so good and you went up against the best of the best in the open class, then you end up as champion, then you can go home with 60,000 pesos. So there's a big reward, but there's a a lot that you have to pay, cash out when joining these tournaments. So again, let's do a recap, diba? So my joining fee was 3,800, and then let's say mixed classified yung class that we are looking for, and then I qualified. So I already paid 3,800. Now for the finals fee, I need to pay another 3,800, which means that I have to pay 7,600 pesos all in. So plus your food, your gas, diba? The drinks that you have to buy then. Sabihin mo na you end up spending around 8,000 to 9,000 pesos for that event. Of course, you say you go to the venue twice, qualifying, and then there are side events pa that you can join. Like in the PBA Open, there was the Baker tournament of 3. So yun, so there's that, and then um, there's the qualifying round, and then there's a final round. So, and then if you do end up, you know, playing in different classes, then you have to pay different fees for the finals fee, diba? So if you're, for example, you qualified for rookie, you first pay 3,200, and then that's gonna be on a different day. And then if you also qualified for classified, then you pay 3,800 for the finals fee. So there's a high reward, diba? Like I showed you guys, the champion for mixed rookie goes home with 20,000. The champion for the mixed classified goes home with 50. So there's a high reward for those that end up winning, and but it's a climb, right? But it's enjoyable, right? That's why we're doing this. We're doing this to compete and experience, how it is to play in open tournaments. So there you go, guys. This has been, the 4 things that I think you guys should look out for if you will be joining open tournaments. We have your PBF average or lack of PBF average, the classification or your class when you join. You have to prepare your registration fee, and then you also have to prepare your finals fee, diba? You might as well budget all those. Now, in the next series, what I will try to do is next part of the series, right? I want to understand, like, if I join tournaments in Manila, how much will I spend? If I join tournaments outside of Manila, how much will I join? So there. So hope you guys enjoyed this format. This is, and I checked the audio earlier for the first part, and I really liked it. So I hope you guys appreciate this type of format. If you do have a topic that you would like me to talk about next, I'd be happy. I'll check first if that's a topic that I can talk about. Because if you guys put something like politics or what, I don't know anything about that. Let's talk bowling. So you have any bowling topic that you would like me to talk about that I feel I have knowledge about, let's talk about it here. All right, so that's all I have for this video for now. Watch out for the next part of this series, and again, please comment down below if there's anything bowling related that you guys would like me to talk about. All right, thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys on the lanes. Bye.